Today, we're just going to get right into it as your favorite talking head does his best to dissect and review another album. That's right. Today, we're reviewing Aurora by Daisy Jones and the Six. That's right. That's how low a critic I have to go. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Humphrey, and for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm just another talking head doing my best to get my opinion out there. And today's just happens to be a tag along album that came out with the show Daisy Jones and the Six. And in this case, they released the album Aurora, and I just happened to download it and go running and figured, let's try it. And it just came out, I believe, in March. So I've had some time to dissect it. Tomorrow, you will get my review of the television show because I just finished it because I got addicted to the album first before the actual television show. But I liked it. It's going to be a different sound than what people are used to. What they were going for was definitely a 1960s and 1970s Fleetwood Mac type of sound. You can tell by the sound in the actual album and what it was. You have the lovely granddaughter of Elvis Presley, Miss Koa, and you have Sam Claflin, who my wife once made me watch the Me Before You movie because she had a crush on him in a wheelchair, and he's a good actor. And I didn't know he could sing if it's him singing, but he does a phenomenal job throughout this album. Now, sound wise, people aren't going to like that it's a little old timey. It's a little old fashioned, right? You're not going out there with the modern power ballads. It's a little more folky. It's a little more, like I said, Fleetwood Mac would be the prime example. Frank Zappa, Simon and Garfunkel. It's a little more folky, and that's what they were going for in the dynamics, right? Uh, and I liked it. I like that kind of sound. I'm a huge Stevie Nicks fan, so that was like the first comparison I compared her to. Like, you'll find out tomorrow, but she can actually act, but she can actually sing. I was very pleasantly surprised, and why not? Her mother was a world class singer in the '80s and '90s, mostly the '90s, and I didn't mind the her band, God rest her soul. But the this album is good. It's catchy. Uh, my favorite would probably be The River, and maybe it's because I like that kind of sound. You can tell I'm a big fan of Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, and that's probably why I like this album a lot more than I should have. Some people won't like it, like I said, because it's a little bit old timey, and it's an accompany uh, to a TV show. So can it really play? And I think they do a tremendous job, right? The first song on it is Aurora, and it's catchy, it's clever. The lyrics to these songs all kind of go with the time period of how 60s and 70s music was written and how a band forms. I really like Let Me Down Easy, even like the guitar riff in that one, and I like the sound. Uh, Kill You to Try is okay, and Two Against Three are okay. And then it picks up again with the big hit from the television show. Uh, but from this album, it's Look at Us Now. Very catchy song. The problem I have with it on Apple Music, and I don't know if it's Apple Music or if it's just a television show, it sounds like both of them are singing, but they're not in the same room. And it could be this was probably done during COVID times. So his sound would kick in, and then her sound would kick in, and it's two different feedbacks. And that's what kind of ruins that song a little bit. It sounds like they're not even in the same room, but they're not on the same level because obviously Daisy Jones, the actress that plays her, Miss Koa, can sing, and you can tell, right? Like I said, she reminds me of Stevie Nicks, and that's probably why I really like this album. And then you have "Regret Me" and "You Were Gone," which are another brilliant folky, old timey songs. More fun to miss me, and please are also very good, catchy, classic rock type of songs. And this would be an album that would probably do well in the 60s because it would be very catchy. And their voices they play off of each other, very unique. The keyboard and from what I understand, Phoebe Bridgers and that help write some of the music, the accompanying music to get the sound, but it's them singing. And I'm surprised he surprised me because I know he's an actor. I didn't know he actually could sing if it's him singing. But The River is the song I replayed the most. I really liked it. I really dug the sound. Right? Felt like a Grateful Dead. I felt like I was in a time period, and that's what this album was supposed to do, especially with the TV show. And then it finishes off with No Words, and the lyrics to that one are probably the best. Uh, and the sound to that one is a little more a little more down to earth. And then that's it, and that's what you get out of this album. You get a motion picture soundtrack for a TV show, but you get high quality with some very talented people behind it. If she gives up on acting, I could see her doing music like her mother, because her mother was very talented. And I can't say anything bad about this album. They're, like I said, Kill You to Try and Two Against Three. They're not my cup of tea, and I would probably rank it a little lower. I don't know if the critics like this one, and I really don't care because I'm a critic myself. But I don't see a lot of negatives that they see in it. Okay, so they don't like the time period of music. All right, it's meant to go with the TV show, a series of a TV show that's equally just as good. I'm gonna give this its due, and you're gonna let me know down below if you even like it. You're gonna let me know if you like me, like you always do. But I'm gonna give this a 9. It's not up there with Ed Sheeran, but it's good enough to take the number 4 slot and bump another album off and down. I really liked it. I really dug the sound. I remember listening to this one while picking up my wife at work and things like that, and I was like, "This is very good, very well done." Everybody should be proud who worked on this album that goes with the TV show that's equally as good. But I liked it. I liked it enough, as you can see, to put it as number 4. So it's not as great as Freya Ridings, which everybody's trying to beat, but it's good. It's catchy. If you like Stevie Nicks, if you like Fleetwood Mac, if you like Simon and Garfunkel, you like Frank Zappa, you like those kind of sounds and that kind of music, rock music, then you're gonna love this album. And I suggest you to go out and listen to it and give it as much feedback as I do. But if I don't see you guys, you know what I'm gonna say. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Producer, play my music, but none of that Amazon Aurora album because I don't want to pay any royalties. Ciao.